Welcome one and all, Nyanko here, and today I'm going to talk about something that I've done recently in my private life. Now, it probably won't be quite so recent when this video comes out because it'll have been a few months, but for the last 2 years, during that which we do not speak of, I decided I wanted to learn a new language while I was stuck at home. So I decided, otaku that I am, that I would pick Japanese to take. And so I started out on Duolingo, as most people do. Took a real interest in it. I had a friend in Japan who was chatting to me at the time, me speaking in English and her explaining things that I didn't understand, like when to use your yoroshiku, or yoroshiku onegaishimasu, hajime mashite, that kind of thing. Because there's so many ways to say certain things, and some is very, very formal, some is very, very informal, and I was just clarifying so that I never messed it up. And then as I got better, she started speaking to me purely in Japanese. Now, I still sometimes have to go, chotto mette, what does this mean? I can't read this kanji, kind of thing. So I started on the bird, and started to pick it up quite well, and then decided that I was going to aim to get the JLPT and aim for the JLPT N5 at first, just to make sure that I had, the basic knowledge. So I realised that Duolingo wasn't enough to give me everything that I needed for the N5. Now, they do say that if you do all of Duolingo, it should give you enough to get you through N5 to N3, but at that point I was wanting a bit of extra stimulus, not just the bird, because it's great for helping you memorize the meaning of words, but sometimes it doesn't teach you it teaches you really, really well, but it teaches you in a set format, and sometimes you need a little bit of extra leeway. So for the reading sections, I went out and bought this book. Got it on Amazon, pretty cheap. Highly recommend. It's Japanese short stories for beginners, and it gives you little stories in Japanese. 1 second, I'll show you. Right, we'll go with this one. So it gives you first, I don't know if you can see this. I don't know if the light's too bright. Yeah. Second, does that work? I don't know. Yeah, anyway. So first off, it gives you, I don't know if you can see, I really apologise. So it gives you the story fully in Japanese first. You read through it. Okay. It then gives you it with the English translation underneath. I tend to not read that until after I've done the end of it. It then gives you a summary of the story in Japanese and English. And then it gives you a vocab list, and then it'll ask you questions about the story to help you with knowledge and gaining things and stuff. I bought this to help me with the reading because to be fair to Duolingo, they have introduced stories now, but it's not the same as what you need to be practicing for the reading section of the Japanese test. Something else that I went out and bought was these books called JLPT N5 Verbcab. Now this is by, where's the name again? Clay and Yumi Bothwell. They're really, really good. I highly recommend them for practicing. They break it down into the grammar. So there's 5 in total. I have all 5, I just don't have them on me. This is the vocab, so it breaks it down into all the words that you need to know specifically for the N5. There is an N4 version, which I have bought. They have a sentence structure. They have grammar, reading, and kanji. So they're all broken down into very bite-sized, quite small books, to be fair. They're not super scary to pick up and be like, oh gosh, it's this thick. No, they're not. They're very easy, very easy to digest. Very helpful, actually, especially for reminding you on things. So say you're panicking and you've seen things in kanji the entire time on Duolingo, and then suddenly what they'll do for the test is they'll put it in hiragana or katakana, and it can be quite scary because you've forgotten, because you're so used to seeing the kanji. So this book is quite good for that, for the vocab, because it will show you the kanji, but it also shows you the hiragana or the katakana, whichever one they use, outside of that to read the kanji, which I found quite helpful, because there was one question on the test and it was ame, as in rain, and didn't have the kanji, so I was going ame, and I was like, oh, hard sweets, and then I read the rest of the question and it was like, oh no, that's nothing to do with hard sweets, that's to do with rain. But if I'd had the kanji, I'd have known straight off what it was about. So yeah, that's quite handy for helping you with both. And again, with the kanji one, it breaks them down, it shows you the strokes, syllable, it gives you easy little like reminders for how to remember them. Highly recommend you go get them. They're on Amazon or the japanshop.com. I will leave a link down below in the thing as well. Other things that I got to help, just in general, was these Japanese kanji flashcards. Again, cannot stress enough how amazing these are to help you with studying, especially if you're going on the plane to fly over to do your exam because for whatever reason you can't do it in the country that you're in, because you missed their particular test date or something. The test is actually held twice a year. There's one set in July, one in December. So if you miss your December one, there is usually one in July. If your country only does the December one, then there's usually one that does July pretty close. So for me, I had to fly over to the UK and do it in London because I missed the one in Dublin. But I'm hoping to do my N4 in Dublin this winter if I pass the N5. If not, I will be retaking my N5. So yeah, these are what the kanji cards look like outside of the box. Comes with a little ring, and they're like broken down into like 50 little packs. So here, like it'll show you like ni, and it shows you the stroke order, and it gives you like different instances of how it's written. And then on the back, it shows you like how it's read and like the English translation of what those words are. And yeah, they go through all of the kanji in this. So these ones that I've got here are for N4 and N5. So I don't need to buy the next set. And then they do other sets like N3 to N2, N1, that kind of thing. I'm a long way off those ones though. Yeah, I got a couple of other books for like, oh yeah, okay. So this was the reading one. Sorry, going back to my Yumi and Clay ones. This was very, very helpful. Definitely get the reading and the vocab if you're doing any of the ends. And I would also recommend getting the sentence structure. Really helps you just understand where everything goes, because sometimes on Duolingo especially, you'll be doing something and it'll be like this, da 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 da, and you're like, grand, that's how it's done. And then another sentence structure will be like, no, that's wrong, and it doesn't really explain why. Whereas these books are great, especially for this. It gives you like sections, it shows you how to read through it, gives you practice exam. It's basically like reading as if you were in the test, and it just kind of gives you like the examples and stuff, and then it breaks it down, gives you the vocab and the kanji and stuff as you go through. So I'm not sure if you can read that either. Oh, 1 second, there we go, that might work. So yeah, really, really good. Again, highly recommend. Sorry, tangent now. I'm terrible for going on tangents. Something else that I got to help was the complete guide to kanji, which is very, very helpful for just Japanese in general. Goes into all the different kanji, like their meanings. Doesn't go into the stroke order, I don't think. It tells you how many strokes, and it just like breaks it down and explains why they are like that and stuff. I found it very helpful. It might not be for you, but just considering how many kanji there are, it's nice to just have like a book you can pick up, flip through, and you know, slowly kind of thing. But yeah, so another thing that I got for it was I actually got a word search. Now this is for the N4. I thought I'd ordered N5. Obviously I messed up on my order. But I found it really helpful just in general, just for getting you used to like looking for like the word in total, and you know, stopping you like switching. So you know how you translate in your head sometimes when you learn a new language, this was just quite easy for me to be like, right, I just want to look for the kanji. Just look for the word. You've got this. It's fine. And it just helped like attune you to just switching off the English side of the brain and just focusing solely on like looking for the words and trying to like filter things out just in Japanese. So again, all of my stuff was on Amazon. It was all relatively cheap to get, to be fair. Nothing was over about £15. I think that was the Japanese kanji, like the complete kanji guide was like £15 because it's quite a big book. Everything else was like a tenner and below. But yeah, that was basically all of the study materials that I had. So I had Duolingo, I had all my books, and I had my friend in Japan who was talking to me and helping me out. So yeah, for about 18 months, that's all I've been doing in the background when I've had time off. Just, you know, reading, studying. I also took to watching stuff on Netflix, turning off the subtitles and just having it purely in Japanese before the test. So watching things like Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited Away, you know, those kind of movies that like we've seen a million times, but that you know enough of it that you're not going to sit there going, oh, what am I missing? Or what was that? Whereas you can literally, instead of panicking about the storyline, you know what's going to happen. You can just watch, listen, absorb, you know, try and pick out like what you can understand. Now I found Ponyo was great for N5 because the language is very, very infantile in places because it's a 5-year-old speaking, you know, like the parents' language is a bit hard, like more advanced, but for the kids it was a lot more easy to digest in terms of being able to understand it from an N5 perspective. For the test. So I highly recommend watching Ponyo in Japanese with no subtitles if you are yourself practicing for the test or if you just want to test what Japanese you have. So yeah, that was it. I originally tried for Dublin in December but didn't get in because of restrictions at the time due to the pandemic and limited number of seats. So I missed out in December and then found out that London did it in July, so that the slots opened up in March, managed to get in, booked it, and then had to book a flight to the UK, which was dirt cheap. Like I got it for like a tenner each way, super cheap at the moment on Ryanair to get, but they were very antisocial hours, so I can see why they were so cheap. So I booked my flight, got my accommodation. I stayed about an hour outside of London, just because everywhere else was booked up at that time. So yeah, the test started at like 1:30, so we had to be in the arena, not the arena, the vicinity at 12:30 to get booked in and get ready. So got up, had breakfast, drove down into London. Not an easy feat, I hasten to add. I was very glad my dad was driving actually, because he was over as well, and he was like, I'll help you out. And I was like, thank you, Daddy, I love you. Because Daddy's go. But no, big shout out to my dad for driving me to the test, driving me back, picking me up from the airport, and also for keeping me calm, because I was a nervous wreck going into this. I was super nervous, very scared. Like, I did all the test prep I could, but still, you know, no one ever likes going into exams. So yeah, kudos to him for keeping me level-headed and keeping this cat on the straight and narrow. So yeah, we drove there. We got there a bit early, so we were like waiting around. And then loads of people turned up. I was really, really like, oh, wow, okay, that's a lot of people. Then they opened the doors and we all started filing in. There was people from all over doing the test. It was amazing to see. There was all different ages as well. I was amazed. You know, it wasn't just university students or young people. Like, there was people in their 40s, 50s doing it. There was kids as young as 5 or 6 doing it as well. Now, the ones who were like 5 or 6 looked like they were Japanese or of Oriental descent. So I think maybe what they were doing was they lived in London, and then their parents like teach them, and then they take the end tests so that they can prove their fluency if they ever wanted to go back to Japan, because that can be a big problem for foreign Japanese who were born overseas and then go back, is they can't prove their fluency, so it's quite hard for them to get work, especially when it comes to reading and writing. Technical issues. So yeah, we all filed in, got sorted, went to find our rooms. I was up on like the 4th floor of the building, and oh my gosh, it was so hot. Like, it was about 29 degrees in London that day, or it felt like it anyway, and they didn't have the heating on, and there was no aircon, but they had like the windows open as far as they could go, but just no breeze. So hot. Oh, we were all complaining about it. And bless them, the 2 proctors tried to like open the windows more in between the tests, and oh no, they just couldn't. That was as far as they were going to go. Just no breeze. So we were all burning alive in that office, or in that classroom. And yeah, it was so hot. But yeah, so the tests came out. You do the listening first. It's about 20 minutes. You then have a 15-minute break. You come back in. You do the grammar. And it was a bit of a technical issue, so our grammar section started later than it was supposed to. But yeah, it was good. It started eventually. We got it done. You have 40 minutes for the grammar section, because you've got to prove like fluency in like reading and writing. Now, the way you do it is there's a booklet. You read through the booklet, and then you mark down like 1, 2, or 3, or 1, 2, 3, or 4. So which answer you think is right out of those 4. And away you go. And there's like reading sections and like different things that like, so there's a flyer, and it'll be like, oh, what days do you want to go to class B if you work 9 to 5, that kind of thing. That was really good. And then again, you get another 15-minute break. You go off, you have a quick drink, you go to the bathroom if you need to, and then you come back for the final section, which is the listening, which is half an hour. Now again, we had a technical issue there. So my test ran a bit late. We were about 20 minutes late out of the gate to finish, but we still finished before everybody else, because N5 is the easiest out of the tests. And yeah, so I did that, and we get the test results. So hopefully I find out whether I pass or fail at the end of August, which will be in a couple of minutes for you guys. It's going to be in a couple of weeks for me. So yeah, we will be back to this video in a matter of moments for you guys to find out if I passed or not. Stay tuned. And we are back. Thank you, Pass Nyanko. So yeah, at this point it's been about 8 weeks since I did my N5 test. The results are now up online for us to see. So here's fingers crossed that we passed. So I will pull up the page, and I will be back in 2 seconds. Right, so here's the page with the test results and stuff that you can see. Japan, China, Hong Kong, Taiwan and Korea all had their results about 2 weeks ago. I've been keeping an eye because I've been desperate to find out mine, and just the other day mine came up online. Now, it did say that they came up on the 22nd, but I only realised yesterday that it had come up because there was like a glitch on my phone where I was checking, and I couldn't get onto my computer because I've been having computer problems the last couple of months. Actually, the last couple of weeks. So anyway, tangent over. Let us have a look and see if I have passed. Now, for the past couple of weeks, I have been starting to get extremely nervous and like double guessing everything that I did in the test, and I'm starting to think like maybe I failed, and I've been a bit of a wreck, so I'm actually really nervous to see how this goes. So fingers crossed. And we will see what my results are. Okay, so we want to see my results. Let's see. No, we don't want to save that coin. N5. Oh my god, I did it! Yes, I did it! Oh my god, I passed. Oh. I was so sure in my head that I had failed. Oh my god. Yes. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So, and it looks like I got an A and a B and an A. How? Oh. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh. Sorry. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh my god, I passed. Yay! Oh, sorry. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh my god, yay! Oh. So it is actually possible to pass the N test through just pure studying and determination by yourself at home. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm so excited, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm just so... Oh, it was such a long road and I was so nervous. Oh my god, yes. Yes, I passed. Yay, I passed. Okay. Whew, okay, calm down, the anchor. Yay. Yes. Oh my god. Sorry. Okay. Yay. It is possible to pass. With basically limited resources. Yes, I'm officially an N5 holder. Haha. Score 1 for this kid again. Sorry about that. I got really excited getting my results because I put in so much time and effort into like studying and trying to get everything like ready for the test. But yeah, so I have officially passed my N5 and I did it with like very limited funds. So this proves that if you're dedicated enough that you can definitely take the end tests by yourself simply through buying your own materials and studying at home. Now if this doesn't work for you and you feel that you need like tutor sessions and a proper classroom, that's fine too. I'm just saying this for me personally was an achievement that I wanted to do during the pandemic, so that I could come out of it and feel like I hadn't wasted pretty much 2 years of my life. So yeah, this does however mean that I'm going to have to start studying for the N4 now hardcore because I have to apply for that soon. Oh, why do I do this to myself? Oh well. I hope that you have enjoyed this little video into something that I am doing in my own personal life. I don't know if you guys are going to like it or not. Let me know in the comment section down below and give it a like if you do like hearing some stuff about what I do, you know, behind the camera, instead of when I'm on the camera, like making stuff for you guys. And I can maybe make some more videos like these in the future if you want. But other than that, it's been great to share this experience with you, my kittens. Lots of love. Mwah! Mata ne!